Tonight, we'll tell you all about the latest news on the Sullivan Center and Samaritan Health Clinic, and then hear about the newest town and gown event Clemson is participating in. Lastly, Sue is coming to Clemson in the near future after spring break. I'm Grayson Taylor. Welcome to the Monday Night Roar. We have your latest news, entertainment, sports, and more coming up on the Monday Night Roar. The Joseph F. Sullivan Center and Samaritan Health Clinic are planning to offer more to their patients at their next collaborative outreach clinic on March 29th. The clinic's main focus is on health screenings and annual gynecological exams to female patients. The clinic is made possible by a grant both organizations received from the South Carolina Free Clinic Association, funded by the Blue Cross Blue Shield Foundation. The Samaritan Health Clinic is located at 303 Dacusville Highway in Easley, South Carolina, and the organizations plan to hold the clinic on the last Tuesday of every month. A death investigation is being conducted by the Spartanburg County Coroner's Office in Greer, South Carolina. At 10 a.m. on Sunday, deputies from Spartanburg arrived on scene to see one person dead from the result of a gunshot wound. Master Deputy Darren Dukes assures the people of Spartanburg and Greer that everyone involved has been accounted for and there is no danger to the community. One of Clemson's very own doctoral students recently accepted the first runner-up award from the United Nations World Tourism Organization. Carbon Nibergira, who is also a tourism professional, accepted the award for innovation in public policy and governance on behalf of the East Africa Tourism Platform. The EATP was recognized for its innovative multi-destination knowledge management tool at the 12th UNWTO Awards ceremony in Madrid, Spain. The tool provides a starting point for stakeholders to learn how East Africa can be branded, packaged, and sold as one single tourism destination. Many students and members of the town joined Clemson as they hosted their newest Town and Gown event. Passport to the Arts was held on March 4th and was hosted by the Center for Visual Arts Lee Gallery and the Arts Center of Clemson. The attendees were given a passport at a starting location and then had their books stamped at several different venues as they traveled through the town. There were more than 200 pieces of artwork to view, created by 80 different artists, and different kinds of food and entertainment at each stop. This is Passport to the Arts' 6th year hosting this event, and Clemson was honored to participate. Now here's to Nick with your latest showtimes.
Hello and welcome back to Showtimes. The weekend box office is in, and Zootopia easily took the top spot with over $70 million. The newest film from Disney Animation broke the company's record for largest opening that was set by Frozen in 2013. The film is enjoying very positive reviews and seems like a good time for just about anyone. As for this week, there are two new wide releases for you to check out over spring break, the largest of which is 10 Cloverfield Lane. The surprise sequel to 2008's Cloverfield was just announced a few months ago and looks just as mysterious as its production. It's got a solid cast though, so hopefully it'll be worth your money. The other new release this week is The Brothers Grimsby with Sacha Baron Cohen, and looks like it might be worth a few dumb laughs. At home this week with Redbox, you can rent Spectre, the latest entry in the James Bond franchise. And finally on Netflix this week, there isn't really anything new movie-wise, so I guess just continue to watch House of Cards. That's all the scoops I have for you this week. Check back weekly for more film news and recommendations. And if you'd like to check out my full-length movie reviews, you can find me on YouTube at Not a Film Critic. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Nick. The first American Council for Construction Education Mark Benjamin Lifetime Achievement Award was granted to Roger Liska. Liska is a professor and chair of the Department of Construction Science and Management here at Clemson University. He has been a member of the American Council of Construction Education since 1978. This annual award is only given to those that demonstrate a profound service to construction education and the development of the next generation of construction professionals. Founded in 1974, the American Council for Construction Education is the major national accreditation agency for post-secondary construction education programs in the United States. It also has agreements of reciprocity with its sister accrediting agencies in Canada, China, and the United Kingdom. Stacey D. Garrett is a doctoral candidate in educational leadership here at Clemson University. This summer, Garrett will travel from coast to coast to participate in 2 national scholar programs. These programs are highly competitive, and Garrett will have to present research, engage with other scholars, and also participate in dialogue on specific topics. Garrett will be part of the Building Future Faculty and National Conference on Race and Ethnicity in American Higher Education Programs. Garrett is currently working on a dissertation research focused on the experiences of tenured faculty women of color at predominantly white public research institutions. She seeks to explore attributes in individuals, institutions, and culture that can help this target demographic succeed and advance. South Carolina flood victims were chosen to be allotted $20,000 in Operation Roundup funds by the Broad River Electric Charities Board. The American Red Cross and the South Carolina Cooperatives Care Foundation also received $10,000 from the Charities Board for participating. This money was given in hopes of restoring all that was ruined in the Midlands and coastal regions of South Carolina. This Sunday, America lost someone we once held dear. Nancy Reagan was laid to rest at 94 due to congestive heart failure. She died in her Los Angeles home and is to be buried at the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library in Simi Valley, California, next to her husband. Nancy was known for her passionate devotion as the keeper of her late husband's flame. She worked closely with the Reagan Library and championed Alzheimer's patients. Although she initially worked as an actress, Nancy will always be first remembered as Mrs. Ronald Reagan. After fixing technical issues and allowing the campus to vote, the CUSG presidential election was brought to a close. You can now address Joey Wilson and Nikki Seidman as your newest president and vice president. Wilson is a senior bioengineering major with a political science minor, and his running partner Seidman is a junior political science and language and international trade major. The core of their platform was what students want right here, right now. And this won them 50.06% of the 5,167 campus votes. Now to Max with your weekly sports updates.
This week in the sports world, Peyton the Sheriff Manning rides off into the sunset. Conor McGregor finally gets shut down and shut up. And my pick for this year's NCAA Men's Basketball Championship. Clemson also faces off against Georgia Tech on Wednesday, March 9th in the second round of the ACC tournament. Let's get it started. After 18 seasons and 2 Super Bowl victories, 5-time NFL MVP Peyton Manning will ride off into the sunset. Manning conferred his retirement on Sunday. Payne's accomplishments include being a 14-time Pro Bowl selection, 7-time first-team All-Pro, reaching the playoffs in 15 of 8 seasons, and is the NFL leader in passing touchdowns and passing yards. Above all, Peyton was a winner, being in the NFL leader in wins with 200 and being able to beat all 32 teams in the NFL. Good luck with those Papa John's commercials, Peyton. Conor McGregor's undefeated streak of 15 fights was snapped Saturday night by Nate Diaz. The loudmouth, trash-talking McGregor was finally shut down and shut up by Diaz. McGregor was defeated in round 2 of the welterweight bout by submission by a rear naked choke. Conor commented after, "I was inefficient with my energy. I'm humbled in victory and defeat. He took the fight on short notice and done the job. He was efficient. I was not. These things happen. I'll learn and I'll grow. I'll face it like a man." McGregor's career is far from over. The feisty Irishman will definitely be back for another shot at a title. This year in NCAA men's basketball has been the season of upsets and musical chairs in the top 25 rankings. There's been 6 different number 1 teams, the current number 1 ranking being held by Kansas. My pick for this year's tourney is the Michigan State Spartans. With Denzel Valentine and Tom Izzo, you always have a chance to win. With a record of 26-5 and a current 6-game win streak, the Spartans are powering themselves into the tournament. Denzel is also my pick for National Player of the Year, averaging 19.6 points per game, 7.6 rebounds per game, and 7.5 assists per game. Last but not least, Clemson men's basketball. The men's team with a record of 17-13 faces off against Georgia Tech with an 18-13 record in the second round of the ACC tournament on Wednesday, March 9th in Greensboro, North Carolina. Jerron Blazigame leads the Tigers in the ACC tourney, averaging 18.6 points per game, 6.7 rebounds per game, 1.5 assists per game, and 1.3 blocks per game. My score prediction for the game is 70-64. Tigers win. That's all for this week, Clemson. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Max. March 9th at the Strom Thurmond Institute's Self Auditorium, you can hear Alan Charles Kors speak on the denial of free speech on behalf of the Capitalism Institute's Pope Lecture Series. At 4:30, the John William Pope Foundation and the John Templeton Foundation will host The Betrayal of a Liberty on America's Campuses. Kors is a professor of history at the University of Pennsylvania and will speak on how universities and their level of political correctiveness has made them the enemy of a free society. The event is a free event and is also open to the public. Dr. Arelis Moore de Peralta will begin a joint tenure-track appointment with the Department of Youth, Family, and Community Studies, along with the Department of Languages. Moore de Peralta is a research assistant professor here at Clemson University and has served as a research assistant professor with the Institute on Family and Neighborhood Life and the Department of Youth, Family, and Community Studies since 2011. Moore de Peralta has extensive public health epidemiology experience in the Dominican Republic, Japan, Guatemala, and other Caribbean and Latin American countries, and also earned a PhD in International Family and Community Studies from Clemson University. UMA's Friday will be coming to Clemson Friday, April 15th. The two-ring circus will be working in partnership with Pride Week 16 and will feature acrobatic and aerial performances. This event is free and will begin at 10 p.m. in Tillman Hall. That's all for tonight. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to like our Clemson page and follow us on Twitter. Have a great evening, Clemson, and we'll see you after spring break on the Monday Night Roar.